like myself. I'm your host, Bruno Marcatulli. I'm here with the creative genius behind the I Like Myself movement, motivational master Pearl Neverfail. Welcome, Pearl.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
People the world over want to know how Pearl learned to like himself.
This is my amazing story.
Pearl Neverfail was an only child born to Opal and Nomad Neverfail around the time that Elvis Presley was singing about hound dogs in blue suede shoes. Although his parents weren't impoverished, they chose to settle in the poorest house in the richest neighborhood of La Jolla. They sacrificed their own comfort in hopes that the grinding anxiety and hopelessness wrought by living in mock poverty would teach Pearl life lessons and instill values only hard toil and persistence could foster.
Brutal. Pearl, did you have any idea that you lived in such squalor at that age?
Well, I had all the basic staples of life, like any
prisoner of war, a convict would need to survive.
And I turned out okay.
As a young child, instead of expensive toys, Pearl was given empty cottage cheese cartons, rubber bands, and grocery bags, out of which he fashioned remarkable worlds in his own mind.
You basically got trash. How did that affect you?
The only difference between a man and an animal, a pig or a horse, is your mind. Perhaps I would be flying in an airplane. Hello, this is Pearl. Come in. Do you read me? Do you read me? I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Then I hear boom with the bag. The bag bursts and people are shooting at me. And then I'm losing air pressure. I'm coming down. And then people, ow, with the rubber band. And ow. And then I gotta evacuate. I jump out. And that's what it was like.
Daily staples of oatmeal, cauliflower, and tofu provided the bland yet nutritional building blocks at mealtime. On special occasions, a bountiful array of liver and lima beans topped with a festive sprig of parsley graced the holiday table and provided an exciting and colorful alternative to his usual colorless fare.
Pearl, how do you even get that stuff down?
It was very nutritious and something that helped give me stamina and helped me to face another day.
So on Turkey Day, you were having liver and lima beans?
But my parents would always put a little sprig of parsley on the liver, and that was always very festive, and that was really the closest thing we had to a Christmas tree.
Because of his name, tattered clothing, and duct-taped shoes, Pearl was mercilessly taunted and ridiculed by the other wealthy children at school.
This squirrel makes me wanna hurl.
Hey, buddy.
It's Burly.
You okay?
Burly, it's Burly.
Hey, buddy.
Despite all this adversity, Pearl's unique resilience and perspective began to surface. He approached his neighbors and cheerfully took on whatever odd jobs they would give him.
I went up to that first door. I knocked on the door. Rejection. The next door. Rejection. The next door. Rejection. 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 But I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. So I kept going, and one guy gave me a shot. He pushed me off the boat and he said, get the barnacles off the bottom of my boat. And I hope I never see another barnacle for the rest of my life.
How about just one more? Thank you.
It's what I do.
Through a seemingly endless stream of unimaginable drudgery, and after many months of hard work, he managed to save $23.52, with which to buy his first suit at the Goodwill. It was a joyful moment for Pearl, fulfilling a long-held childhood dream, and one he'd come to duplicate many times.
What did the purchase of that first suit mean to you, Pearl?
That suit meant everything to me.
How so?
The suit makes the man, even if you're a toddler.
While the other kids were reading Dr. Seuss and Curious George, Pearl was reading self-help books by candlelight under his blanket fashioned from dryer lint.
My favorite book was Red Fish, Blue Fish.
That's fine for most kids, but I wasn't a regular kid. My favorite book was Think and Grow Rich. And I would read this book under my lint quilt by candlelight every single night. And that's what helped me get on the fast track to turn my life around.
After the fire, Opal and Nomad, confident that they had done all they could for their prodigious son, moved into a luxury condo in Costa Rica. And Pearl moved into a van down by the river.
It's so difficult, Pearl.
Well, I must say that I was a little disappointed at the beginning when it first happened, but I actually found it to be a step up.
How so?
It taught me I could survive on berries and pine cones, and I could use algae as toilet paper.
Algae? As toilet paper?
I never had toilet paper before.
You got corn cobs, leaves, algae?
I never had toilet paper before.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for sharing this journey with us today. And thank you, Pearl.
Thank you.
Pearl, if there was one thing you'd want our audience to remember, what would it be?
I like myself. 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 I like myself.